Welcome to Math Made Easy. Today we are going to talk about sequence of a set of real numbers. Sequence of set of real numbers. So generally, how do we write sequence? So let's say this is a sequence. So generally, this is how we represent what? Sequence. We're saying a sequence of numbers. Numbers that are written in a certain way, or it follows a certain what pattern. So generally, this is how we write a sequence of what numbers or real numbers. So a sequence this of real numbers is a function of f. Let's see, f of the natural numbers n onto the real numbers r. So this is how we write it. So when we have, let's say, from this definition here, our natural numbers, we know the ranges from what? 1 to what? Infinity. So when we put, let's say we have a function, when we put any natural number here, it produces what? A real number. That's what we are saying. So generally, this is how we write what? A sequence. A sequence. So from this definition here, a of n ranging from 1 to infinity. It means that when I pick n to be 1, I have a1. When I pick n to be 2, I have what? a2. When I pick n to be 3, I have a3. So in that order. Okay. So for example, if I have the function f of n being equal to, let's say, n divided by n plus 1 for all n, a member of R. So this means that n belongs to what? Real numbers, right? Okay. So this function here, what happens if n is 1? What happens if n is 2? What happens if n is 3? So let's see. If n is 1, we have 1 divided by 1 plus 1, which is what? 1 on, so this is 1, 2. If n is 2, we have 2 on 3. If n is 3, 2 and 3. All right. If n is 3, we have 3 on what? 4. Now, if n is 100, let's say 1,000, we have 1,000 on what? 1,001. Now, you can see that as n increases, this function is approaching a certain number. So what will be the number? What will be the number? So we can say that from here, as it is increasing, clear from the table, from this point, you can say that the values of n increases, the value of that function here also approaches the value 1. So you can see that from here, this number is getting closer to what? 1. Right? So we can, with this idea, we can apply the limit to this. Right? So if I write, it means that the limit as n approaches infinity of n divided by n plus 1 is 1. So it means that as n is approaching a certain number, then the limit of that function converges or get closer to what? 1. So that's where we introduce the idea of limit at this point. So when n is approaching a certain number, as n increases, this is approaching a certain number. All right. So That is that for the sequence of what? Real numbers. The next video, we're going to talk about the definition or for the Cauchy and the convergent sequence.